Who is Donald Trump?
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people.
Many things have been said about Donald Trump, but in this video, we will summarize the most uncommon things known about Donald Trump.
Ever quit. You never quit. If I give you one message to hold in your hearts today, it's this: never, ever give up.
Donald Trump, an American politician, media personality, and businessman, was born on June 14, 1946. Trump received a Bachelor's of Science in Economics from the University of Pennsylvania in 1968. And his father named him president of his real estate business in 1971. Trump renamed it the Trump Organization and reoriented the company towards building and renovating skyscrapers, hotels, casinos, and golf courses. In the late 20th century, he successfully launched side ventures that required little capital, mostly by licensing the Trump name. From 2004 to 2015, he co-produced and hosted the reality television series The Apprentice. Since leaving office, Trump has remained heavily involved in the Republican Party, and in November 2022, he announced his candidacy for the Republican nomination in the 2024 presidential election. Will he come back to the White House? Tell us what you think in the comments below. Going back to 1977, Trump married the Czech model Ivana Zelníková. They had 3 children: Donald Jr., Ivanka, born in 1981, and Eric, born in 1984. Ivana became a naturalized United States citizen in 1988. The couple divorced in 1990. In 1993, Trump married Maples and divorced in 1999. They have 1 daughter, Tiffany, born in 1993. In 2005, Trump married Slovenian model Melania Nos. They have 1 son, Baron, born in 2006. In 1982, Trump made the initial Forbes list of wealthy people for holding a share of his family estimated at $200 million net worth. After filing the mandatory financial disclosure report with the FEC in July 2015, he announced a net worth of about $10 billion. Records released by the FEC showed at least $1.4 billion in assets and $265 million in liabilities. Forbes estimated his net worth dropped by $1.4 billion between 2015 and 2018. In their 2021 billionaires ranking, Trump's net worth was estimated to be at $2.4 billion. Starting in 1968, Trump was employed at his father's real estate company, Trump Management, which owned middle-class rental housing in New York's outer boroughs. In September 1983, Trump purchased the New Jersey Generals, a team in the United States Football League.
Remember this: nothing worth doing ever came easy. Following your convictions means you must be willing to face criticism from those who lack the same courage to do what is right, and they know what is right, but they don't have the courage or the guts or the stamina to take it and to do it.
From 1986 to 1988, Trump purchased significant blocks of shares in various public companies while suggesting that he intended to take over the company and then sold his shares for a profit, leading some observers to think he was engaging in greenmail. In 1988, Trump purchased the Eastern Airlines shuttle, financing the purchase with $380 million in loans from a syndicate of 22 banks. He renamed the airline Trump Shuttle and operated until 1992. Speaking of loans, if you're looking for money for your business, you've come to the right place. The sponsor of this video specializes in business loans, working capital up to $2 million, unsecured and secured lines of credit up to $10 million, term loans, equipment financing, SBA financing, and much more. With incredible customer service, a proven track record of more than $600 million funded, and more than 90% application approval rate, and 24-hour funding. Support the channel by going through our affiliate link in the description below. Trump has produced up to 19 books on business, financials, or political topics under his name. His first book, The Art of the Deal, was a New York Times bestseller. According to The New Yorker, the book expanded Trump's renown far beyond New York City, making him a symbol of the successful tycoon. Starting in 1990s, Trump was a guest about 24 times on the nationally syndicated Howard Stern show. He also had his own short-form talk radio program called Trump, 1 to 2 minutes on weekends from 2004 to 2008. From 2011 until 2015, he was a weekly unpaid guest commentator on Fox and Friends.
In my short time in Washington, I've seen firsthand how the system is broken. A small group of failed voices who think they know everything and understand everyone want to tell everybody else how to live and what to do and how to think. But you aren't going to let other people tell you what you believe, especially when you know that you're right.
From 2004 to 2015, Trump was co-producer and host of the reality show The Apprentice and The Celebrity Apprentice. Trump played a flattering, highly fictionalized version of himself as a super-rich and successful chief executive who eliminated contestants with the catchphrase, "You're fired." The show remade his image for millions of viewers nationwide. With the related licensing agreements, they earned him more than $400 million. Trump's political party affiliation has changed many times. He registered as a Republican in 1987, a member of the Independence Party, the New York State affiliate of the Reform Party in 1999, a Democrat in 2001, a Republican in 2009, unaffiliated in 2011, and a Republican in 2012. In 1987, Trump placed full-page advertisements in 3 major newspapers expressing his views on foreign policy and on how to eliminate the federal budget deficit. He ruled out running for local office but not for the presidency. In 1988, he approached Lee Atwater asking to be put into consideration to be Republican nominee George W. Bush running mate. Trump announced his candidacy in June 2015. His campaign was initially not taken seriously by political analysts, but he quickly rose to the top of opinion polls. He became the front-runner in March 2016 and was declared the presumptive Republican nominee in May. On November 8, 2016, Trump received 306 pledged electoral votes versus 232 for Clinton. Though after elector defections on both sides, the official count was ultimately 304 to 227. Trump received nearly 2.9 million fewer popular votes than Clinton, which made him the 5th person to be elected president while losing the popular vote. Trump also became the only president who neither served in the military nor held any government office prior to becoming president. Polls had consistently shown Clinton with the lead, as well as an advantage in most of the competitive. Trump's support had been modestly underestimated, while Clinton's had been overestimated.
I've just received a call from Secretary Clinton. She congratulated us, it's about us, on our victory, and I congratulated her and her family on a very, very hard-fought campaign. I mean, she fought very hard.
Trump won 30 states, including Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, states which had been considered a blue wall of Democratic strongholds since the 1990s. Clinton won 20 states and the District of Columbia. Trump's victory marked the return of an undivided Republican government, a Republican White House combined with a Republican control of both chambers of Congress. Trump took office at the height of the longest economic expansion in American history, which began in June 2009. Moreover, after he took office, the country's expansion continued to expand, but this time at a more accelerated pace, and continued until February 2020 when the COVID-19 recession began. In December 2017, Trump signed the Tax Cut and Jobs Act of 2017. The bill had been passed by both Republican-controlled chambers in Congress without any Democratic votes. It reduced tax rates for businesses and individuals and eliminated the penalty associated with the Affordable Care Act's individual mandate. The Trump administration said that the act would either increase tax revenues or pay for itself by prompting economic growth. On January 23, 2017, Trump withdrew the U.S. from the Trans-Pacific Partnership negotiations, imposed tariffs on steel and aluminum imports, and launched a trade war with China by sharply increasing tariffs on 818 categories worth $50 billion of Chinese goods imported into the U.S. Before and during his presidency, Trump repeatedly accused China of taking unfair advantage of the U.S. As president, Trump launched a trade war against China, sanctioned Huawei for its alleged ties to Iran, significantly increased visa restrictions on Chinese, and classified China as a currency manipulator.
This ceremony, however, has very special meaning because today we are not merely transferring power from one administration to another or from one party to another, but we are transferring power from Washington, D.C., and giving it back to you, the people.
In 2017, when North Korea's nuclear weapons were increasingly seen as a serious threat, Trump warned North Koreans' aggression would be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen. In 2017, Trump declared that he wanted North Korea's complete denuclearization and engaged in name-calling with leader Kim Jong-un. After this period of tension, Trump and Kim exchanged at least 27 letters in which the two men described a warm personal friendship. Trump met Kim 3 times in Singapore in 2018, in Hanoi in 2019, and in the Korean Demilitarized Zone in 2019. Trump became the first sitting U.S. president to meet a North Korean leader or to set foot in North Korean soil. Trump also lifted some U.S. sanctions against North Korea. Trump supported many of the policies of Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Under Trump, the U.S. recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel and Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights. Trump also actively supported the Saudi Arabian-led intervention in Yemen against the Houthis in 2017, signed a $110 billion agreement to sell arms to Saudi Arabia. Following the 2019 attack on Saudi oil facilities, which the U.S. and Saudi Arabia blamed to Iran, Trump approved the deployment of 3,000 additional U.S. troops, including fighter squadrons, 2 Patriot batteries, and a terminal high-altitude area defense system to Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates.
We're having a little squabble with China because we've been treated very unfairly for many, many decades, for actually a long time. And it should have been handled a long time ago, and it wasn't, and we'll handle it now. I think it's going to turn out extremely well. We're in a very strong position. We are the piggy bank that everybody likes to take advantage of or take from, and we can't let that happen anymore.
In November 15, 2022, Trump announced his candidacy for the 2024 United States presidential election and set up a fundraising account. But what do you think about Donald Trump? Do you think he will win the presidency? What do you think he will contribute to America? Give us your comments below. We appreciate you watching until the end. You're amazing. Thank you, and may God bless you.